Okay, so for the last day of Black History Month, because I'm not really counting leap year, let's take a look at the Immortal Thor, specifically issue number 4. Why, you may ask? Because Storm is in this one. Start off with a conversation between Beta Ray Bill and Lady Sif. Bill, I know we are not as we once were, and that the same can be said for you and Thor. Once I called him brother in my heart, but that bond feels fractured of late and perhaps cannot be mended. I remain a friend of Asgard in time of need. But having fought to find my own path and my own power, I wonder, am I still of Asgard? Did I ever stand among you? Even after all this time, can I truly know the minds of gods? I, who am only a man. Bill, please know that you are so much more than that. Thy words are meant kindly, Sif, but they are words, easy said and hard accepted. So if Loki speaks true, if Thor asks that of me, I hope he knows what it is that he asks. Thor knew. He knew the weight of the service he requested better than any who lived. All who bore a weight of that nature had, in some way, been marked by it. And even those who had far greater loads to carry. Aurora was her name, and Arakko was her home, the blood-red planet once named Mars for a god of war, now itself a battleground. She was a commander of armies, but no queen, for there were no thrones on Arakko. Or-oh. But Thor was a king. You are summoned. And perhaps too used to storms coming at his call. Am I? Aurora was a storm and shaped it as her birthright. Her power to do was so measureless, more than any mutant with a similar gift. No normal wind could blow her where she did not wish to go. But this was no normal wind. These were the dimensional winds cast by ancient magic, and though magic was in Aurora's blood, you are summoned. It was not yet strong enough to counter them. Damn it, Thor! Not yet. I'm busy. Then I apologize for the abruptness of the summons, Aurora. Apology accepted if you return me to Arakko. Now, Thor. A moment, please. I cannot trust even my ravens to convey the seriousness of my message, nor the urgency of my need for you. Ow. Like the blue area upon its opposite side, the gray area of the moon was home to a pocket of air, and thus weather. Both the combatants were armed. Is the need so urgent that you must kidnap me from my home and my people? Because even if that is the case, I promise you, Arakko needs me more. Return me. Aurora. Stop hitting me, please. Excuse me? I spoke not to you, Aurora, but to the lightning. Thank you, my friend. I am growing tired of people forcing me to miss my strikes. The lightning loves me as it loves you. We should not make it choose. It cannot truly hurt me. In any case, I trust it to convey the seriousness of my message, and though I enjoy the play of the lightning, there are more universal forces. Atmospheric pressure, for example. And there are places where the atmospheric pressure is high, such as Jupiter. You command the storm, Thor. I command weather, and not as a king on a throne. I command it as an equal. Aurora spoke true. In that moment, in that small space, Thor felt all the crushing weight of a far-off world upon his back. His sinews screamed, his spine bid fair to break, and all the god of thunder could do was smile. Who's stronger? What? The question those like us are always asked, who's stronger? Can I arm wrestle the Hulk, run a race with Quicksilver, challenge Willie Lumpkin in a contest of wiggling ears? Quickly measure the results, write them down to see who is worthy. But strength is relative to the need for it. If I have to, I can stand on Jupiter. I can stand anything in the need if the need is great, and the cause is just, as can you, as can we all. We are not measured by strength nor by raw power. The measure of us is what we do when the need for action lies with us. And the hammer is in our hand, and against the crushing air of another world, Thor threw with all his force. And this was Mjolnir, the Crusher, the great warhammer of legend, forged in myth and Uru, filled with the all-magic of Thor Allfather. It was the bane of all Thor's foes, but the hope of all Thor's friends. And more besides, for it had been written by Odin himself, whosoever holds the hammer, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. So this is one of my favorite scenes so far in Thor, and why, once again, the MCU has just completely ruined Thor. But that's another conversation for another time. What I love about this scene is these arguments happen all the time, especially right now. We have Hulk versus Kratos. I think I saw Black Panther versus, I don't know, someone in DC universe. Just stupid arguments all the time. And then when I hear these arguments, it oftentimes reminds me of this.
So one question I'm always asked: who would win in a fight? Who would win in a fight if Galactus fought the Hulk? Or if Thor fought Iron Man? And there's one answer to all of that. It's so simple. Anyone should know this. The person who'd win in a fight is the person that the scriptwriter wants to win.
What the script says is what the script says. And what I loved about this script, and I read it a little bit, is in this, Al Ewing kind of hints at the fact that he may believe Storm is potentially stronger than Thor. I know I certainly do. But that's not what the script calls for. What the script calls for is that everyone who has once been worthy of the power of Thor shares that power to beat back an ancient evil, one of the original Thors of Utgard. And so in this case, we get badass Storm in her Thor costume, the Weather Witch, the embodiment of all that Arakko stands for currently in mutant comics. That is who Storm is. It doesn't matter who's going to win. What matters is that the writers get what they want. I mean, for God's sake, during the Judgment Day event, between Magneto using his power of electromagnetism and Storm Lightning, they were able to keep Magneto alive long enough to save Arakko while the man was missing a heart. Like, I don't know what else you need to prove that what the writers want, the writers are going to get. But this right here, ridiculous feats of power. So with all the arguments that are going on right now, especially something like, can Kratos beat the Hulk? I'm not going to touch on that one again and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, what the script wants is what the script says. And frankly, we just need to take this advice.
These are fictitious characters. The writer can do whatever he wants with them. So stop asking those bonehead questions, because I've had it with that.